Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Chapter 3 of Amnesia and Science. Where we last left off, the Oddballs were doing their daily tasks when each of them received a mysterious letter, all with the same coordinates to the location where they first met. After getting acquainted with a pugilist who brought them to Platinum Heights, they ended up meeting their benefactor, the mysterious elf from the Lightning Whale, during their first mission that ran into jail. Now they have been approached by him and are about to learn what this new mysterious job of his is. Now, shall we begin? I would like to take the time to thank each of you for coming. I trust I didn't interrupt anything important.
Well, as long as you provide me the job that's worth paying for, I don't mind getting interrupted.
Of course, Detective. And I must say, I'm sorry to hear about your string of bad luck during your last mission. Hopefully, it won't stick with you during this one.
Well, it's just one of those things you gotta kind of deal with as the days go on.
Of course. Now, the details of this mission are, I would say, a little, what's the word? Hush hush. So I must ask for all of your discretion when it comes to discussing the matter.
Mm-hmm.
But before we begin, and he turns to Jell, I trust you have that little object?
Wait, huh? Oh! Sorry, I was too distracted by the cute slime sea bunny creature that is. Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
I
no, it's
do
quite all
have
right.
it. I do have the item. I've refreshed my draconic though. After that mission, from what I can recall, the item says some type of warning. Gel says as they retrieve the item from their bag, letting the sea bunny slime rest in their scarf as they got up and went to the elf to give him the item.
I'm well aware of what it says and contains. He says as he takes it from you and looks it over. Just glad to see that it's in one. I'm just glad to see that it's in one piece.
I'm pretty sure you should be happy about it.
Now, before we begin, does anyone have any questions about the mission before I explain it? Any odds and ends they wish to know?
I'd like to know if we're gonna get into any deep waters. Anything you toss us in that we ain't gonna get out of.
I will say the mission will be dangerous. Surely, I don't think you'll be stuck in, as you say, deep waters, as long as you don't cause a scene.
Ain't gotta tell me. We got some that are way worse off with that. Any compensation for the way, anyways? Something in advance?
Oh yes, of course, you will receive payment. I'm not one who backs out of a deal. I saw that you were taking a gander at the weapons over there.
Well, if you're in the business, you ain't looking away with a nice iron looking at you.
Very true.
Wouldn't even mind taking them out for a spin, but that's up to you, I assume.
Taking them for a spin in the library, I would not recommend, unless you want to cause some devastation.
A pretty good shot. Give me a target and I'll hit it.
Perhaps later, but not in the library. And you, my dear, he turns to Brenna. You seem to be quite enamored with my spellbooks.
Yes, I am.
If you wish to read one, you are free to.
I thank you very much. I would very much like to. Brenna goes up and picks one off, sits down on one of the sofa chairs, and opens up on the first page to read.
Inside are it's like a history of like where spells originated from. Contents about like certain unique spells that are people somewhat struggle to make or are very rare to perform. Now, on to your mission, of course. Tell me, do any of you know about the city of Thalios?
That doesn't ring a bell to me.
Anyone else?
Actually, you know what? Let me make a what would it be, a history check?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone else wants to make a history check too, go ahead.
I was about to ask that.
Nope, still can't recall it. Got a total of 5.
I was just slightly better off. Got an 8.
Hold on, I can't find my history plus. I got an 18.
I was elected to lead, not to read.
Peak number 3.
I got a 7. A 6 plus 1. But Brenna's too immersed into her book to even give a shit.
Brent's like, hey, I know what I'm just.
Carl, with that roll, you know that Thalios, from what you've heard about it, is a city full of historical and political and even a bit of religious drama.
Well, I'll try to freshen up your memory a little bit, but it's just essentially the place full of drama. In every which way you think about it.
Hey, no wonder I don't know that place. It's definitely something I'd avoid.
Yes, it's true. Not many people will venture there, not unless it's for personal business or visiting families. Even then, they keep their time there short. Thank you for the input.
Well, the character roll an initiative.
What cat? That was the sea bunny.
Please tell me you're going to keep that in there.
I will. I love what... Did you say that's not the cat, that's the sea bunny?
Yes, I did. Also, I'm going to, after he's done talking to me, I'm going to start looking at the other weapons in the room as well to see if any of them stand up to ones I already have.
Dune's like, oh no you don't, buddy. I saw him first.
Oh no, he can have first pick. I'm just browsing to see what's there.
Tate, if any of the weapons stand up to pick it, rig.
Yeah. You never know. I might want to tie some knives to my kobold before I start swinging it around.
Yeah. Yes, well, again, that is one way to look at Thalios. To put it bluntly, it is a powder keg of complex history. Some of you may not know this, but Thalios was once the capital of the nation of the same name. And that nation eventually became Ondair after being taken over by Galifar over 1,000 years ago. And Mr. Widebottom, given your time during the war, I don't know if you heard of this event, but 70 years prior to the war's end, it was captured by Thrain, and the Treaty of Thornhold confirmed it as Thrain territory. A concession that Andair still heavily contests.
Does a history check of 18 recall any information on my part?
You weren't there, well, yes, but only a little bit, because you weren't there yourself. You were, like,
Right,
mainly
just what I know of it.
From, like, so you mainly heard about it from, like, any prisoners or, like talk during a tavern during your time.
Okay, like ship-to-ship talk, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Tate, you weren't there, man. You weren't there.
I wasn't there. but I know people who knew people who knew people who were there.
I knew this guy. Who knew this guy? Who knew this guy's cousin? Yes, and let's just say the citizens of Thelios have become bitter, divided, and defeated, with many still considering themselves Ondarian. And with the war being over, some have made plans to return to Ondare and start anew, while others believe Ondare abandoned them to the Thrains. And I'm sure you've heard about this, Detective, but in the last couple of years, riots and small acts of disturbance have pretty much become common. Prefect Solgar's brutal crackdowns do nothing to help.
They're always recovering from something. This land's just too vast for anything to really be at peace.
So true. The effects of the war still haunt many people, particularly the Sirens. Out of character, would any of you say that your characters are haunted by the war?
Honestly, Jill would not know much about the war, so I have no say in this.
Well, you all were alive during it, because it literally ended like 4 years ago.
True. I mean, I guess they would be partially haunted because their dad died regardless around that time. So like, yeah.
Or you probably saw like battles in the distance.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know the backstory, right?
Yeah, I mean you were a wanderer.
Well, my character is basically a bought gun, so yes, definitely. He fights for those who pay, so Dune was on the more dirty fronts of the war, serving for bounties and whatever whatever paid duties may occur.
What you take? How affected by the war would you say your character is?
Probably very, seeing as how the type of pirate, quote unquote, I was the one that was going in salvaging other people's shipwreckages and returning what we could. So lots of profit. I was affected positively.
Earl's memory around that time is a little bit rocky, but he does remember some specific stuff, but it won't really affect him too much in regards to the whole war.
Prefect Arisno rules Thelios with an iron fist and has become quite fond of public burnings. That, combined with him being Ondarian, is what led to him being assigned assigned to governments of Thelios, in hopes that the people in the city would be more likely to listen to one of their own. The situation in the city has eaten away at him and driven him to extreme measures. And you all are probably wondering, where do you guys come in? What does this have to do with you? Hidden within Thelios is an artifact very similar to this one, and he holds up the box. And let's just say getting this artifact out would not fix it, but certainly lessen some of the rage contained within.
So you basically send us to get you a lunchbox to fix political problems.
I said it wouldn't fix it. It's just part of the problem, and removing it from the city would do good in the long run.
But how exactly is it?
That, I'm afraid, I cannot give away.
Then how do we know you're not doing more damage than if we weren't to get it?
Smart question. All I can say is I can only give you my word. I have no intention of causing that city any more damage. The people have suffered enough.
If the war taught me one thing, then that a man's word isn't very much in the face of great danger. So, what exactly assures that this doesn't bite us in the arse in the end?
Well, all you have to do is locate the object, contain it, and get out of the city before anyone else tries to grab it.
Would destroying it be an option?
I'm afraid it's not something that can just be so easily just be stepped on.
No. Not stepping on. I'm thinking taking a long 3-day trek to a volcano and throwing it in.
It's not that simple either.
Have you ever tried a load of explosives?
Believe me, over the centuries, people have tried plenty to destroy these things. It's never worked out so well for them.
So one thing that's still open, so you just gotta put that box in your library, look at it now and then, and wait for all of this to blow over, or?
Oh no, I'm putting this in a very secure place. This is not a trinket to admire.
As long as we're not on the arse end of that deal, it's money.
If none of you wish to go, I completely understand. You just seem like the best people for the job, considering how you managed to find this one. So in the end, I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, you know me. I go where the money is.
I'm just wondering what exactly this artifact's got to do for you may want to send a whole crew to go get it.
After Earl's question, some of you roll a persuasion check to try to get him to try to learn a little bit more about what this thing is.
It's not a good roll at all. The 16?
Now I just wanna know what my modifier to that is. Okay, it's a nat 20 with a 2. So 22 total.
I got an 18 total.
I think.
What did you get?
Me?
What did you get?
Nat 20 with a mod of 2.
With those rolls,
Wait, I rolled 2. I rolled as well. I got 16 with a modifier. I got a +3. 17. It's like 19.
with those rolls, the elf leans back in his chair, deep in thought. I can't give you everything. I will give you some. What I'm about to tell you does not leave this room. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Scout's honor.
Not the first secret I gotta keep.
This artifact is part of a set. And each one of these pieces can influence the rage and anger in anyone around it. So much so that it causes people to turn on each other. I have seen many a slaughter come from these things.
So just stay zen then.
And a piece of... wait, say that again?
So what you're saying is just stay zen. You know, calm, cool, collected. Also, don't touch it with your bare hands.
Pretty much. This object is the one... The artifact in Thalios has partially influencing the rage built up in the citizens over the years. Again, removing it won't fix the problem. It will help quell some of the rage.
And how will that not affect the people over here?
You aren't being affected by this one, are you?
How would we know if we were?
All of you roll an insight check on yourselves.
Oh no.
Sure.
You said insight?
Yes.
Okay. Doing math is not my strong suit at the moment. 18.
I got an 11.
I got 19 again.
Hey, those are good rolls.
Nope, none of you feel any rage inside of you.
No.
Earl just has a little
Now-
bit of steam.
Here's what I wonder, though. This one is not doing much. The other one doesn't do much. If you get them close to each other, what's the chances of, this one compounding on this one?
The box that you see keeps the influence and the aura around it contained.
Do we have another box?
I'm glad you asked. And he pushes a button beneath the desk, and not too long after, Cogsman comes in, not only carrying a very similar looking box, but also with refreshments and snacks.
Oh, I love a good drink. I'm gonna grab the box and grab a drink.
No alcohol, just some exotic juices, some sandwiches, a couple of desserts, maybe even a
Tea?
bowl.
A drink's a drink.
I was going to say, Earl's got that covered already.
Tea.
Hey, okay. Reason why for the tea bit isn't because of that. It's because tea with reading book equals perfection.
That is true.
Yes, there are a couple cups of tea there. Maybe even
And
some
biscuits.
soup. Maybe even some soup.
Don't worry, I brought some of my own tea.
It's home brewed. Literally.
Joe sneaks up to the cart and just like snatches a sandwich or two just to eat and share a little bit of the sandwich with the slime.
Roll a stealth check on Cogsman.
19 plus stealth, where stealth is in dex, right?
Yes.
19 plus 4, that is well over 20.
You unnecessarily grab as many sandwiches and pastries as you can.
I have a dumb little question. So,
out of character or in character?
kind of out of character. Is the tea that Earl has locally sourced? It's always locally sourced.
It's locally sourced from inside of me.
It's organic in a way.
We gotta keep it PG.
Isn't that then just
It's,
self cannibalism?
It's broccoli infused tea.
Oh.
No, but question, isn't that just self cannibalism?
No, she's drinking. No, like it's oil. Like Warforged don't drink normal drinks.
I'm a Warforged?
Not Warforged. Autonome.
Autonome, Warforged. You're both robots.
How dare you?
I am not just a robot, sir.
I'll have you. We're automatons.
And automatons have feelings. Kind of.
So you can bite my shiny metal ass. Yeah, no, it's
Alright.
It's like it's not cannibalism.
So, drinking drinks, eating Sammys.
Who's Sammy? Why are we eating them?
Sammy's delicious.
Do any of you have a question about who's in charge of the city or anything like that?
Do we need to kill whoever's in charge?
No, you do not.
I feel like
Okay.
that would anger them more.
Would you prefer us not to kill anyone?
I mean, conflict is most likely unavoidable, given how the city is.
But if we can.
As long as it's no one important in the city. If it's a
No,
drunk
that's
or
what I'm
two,
saying. If we can avoid conflict, you want us to do so.
yes, though there's no guarantee.
Okay.
Who's most likely to attack us or be after us?
Well, let's just say you're not the only ones looking for the artifact.
So unless we have to, don't kill anyone unless we have to take out the competition. Got it.
I wouldn't call it competition, but why not?
Listen here, boss. Can we get a bit more information than just the least to be said? Like any big groupings that are after it, like any known like mafia or whatever.
Roll a persuasion check, dude.
Okay, wait. At the 4, that's 18.
Again, I cannot give you everything. All I can say are there are certain individuals who would, as Tate kind of described it, put the pieces back together.
That barely answers any questions.
Believe me, if that happens, like he just trails off and you see like
I know. End of the world scenarios, someone abusing that unlimited power. What I'm going for is we've had it with some groups, which I cannot recall the name of right now, looking over to Earl in some sort of help, remembering what the group is that we fought in the first chapter.
You were testing my memory? I believe it's Task?
Dosk, he corrects.
Exactly.
Ah,
Like, we had to trifle with those. Are we gonna face any group of importance that's gonna oppose us? Because maybe we know some about them and we got a decent chance to go against them and know how to act against them if
Again, I cannot give you too much, but believe me, they are not a group you've encountered before.
you're pretty
That's-
much setting us out like a suicide squad, aren't you?
Sure.
Uh,
Only we get paid.
if we make it out alive.
Brenda just pulls down her
That's
book
the point.
and gives a look of like, "You serious?"
I mean,
Go ahead.
again, if you do not want to take the mission, you are free to. But I will tell you this: if you succeed without any trouble, trouble will most likely happen. But if you succeed in getting it back, I'll tell you all you wish to know.
I have a couple of questions, and this is going to pertain for stuff for the group. One, are there shiny things that aren't bolted down that can be stolen?
Yeah, I suppose.
Jill, there you go. Are there potentially wanted people there that can be turned in for more money?
Most likely. Do you just give Doom like a thumbs up?
Exactly. Thumbs up, Coach Dune. Yeah, we're set. Are there books there that contain and or possibly show the location of magical spells / items?
You probably would need to ask the one. You would probably have to ask the ones in charge. I don't believe you would
Speaking
find
of the
something
ones
like.
in charge, tell me about them.
Well, as I already mentioned, Prefect Solgar Derisnu is in charge of the city. He was assigned to he's an Ondarian assigned there in the hopes that people would listen to one of their own, but they refuse. I have I have once suspected he is being influenced by multiple factors, one of which being the pure flame, the other something much worse.
Okay. And lastly, how is the source of tea?
I believe it's the same of any kind of tea you could find elsewhere.
Do they have anything exotic there that you know of?
I have heard of like a purified holy tea, but
Oh, Earl, you in?
I was already sold.
tea.
You
I'm in.
you had me at tea.
You had me at steel.
Look, I can't tell you not to steal this time because we're literally going in to steal something. So
Britta just like puts her hand up and points to the books and did a thumbs up.
So about the flame group thing you mentioned, by the way.
Pure flame.
Yeah. I do you know if they're dangerous or not? Like, or do they pose some form of threat towards us?
Let me ask you all this: are any of you familiar with the Church of the Silver Flame?
No.
Does anyone want to roll a history check about the Silver Flame?
would it be history or religion?
I'd say both, because there's no way you guys wouldn't hear about it.
Gotcha.
I guess
Usually.
not. I guess history. It would only be religion if you're maybe like a follower.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Glitch, do you want to know the result of the roll, or
Put it in group checks. Put it in group checks.
let me say? Wait,
Put it in group. Just put it in group checks.
I'm trying to scroll up and I can't.
let me say it with the character background. Last time a character had something to do with the church was when he was baptized.
Oh god, I'm afraid of where you're going with it.
Even with the, is that even
Hold
with
on, let me make my roll.
the plus, the proficiency, or whatever it's called?
I feel like the result of this would be my character asking, "What's a church?"
Oh no.
What's religion?
What is this? What is this religion you speak of?
Oh my gosh.
He leans forward, putting his arms on the table. To start off, the Silver Flame is a gestalt celestial force that was forged in the Age of the Demons. When the Quattle sacrificed themselves to bind an ancient evil known as the Overlords. Its power has been wielded by many champions across the ages, even across the world. But the Silver Flame is not necessarily a god. It isn't. It was created for an explicit purpose, to be the cage that keeps the apocalypse at bay. It cannot influence the world on its own, but it can empower mortals to fight for it. Ultimately, and as cheesy as it sounds, it is a resource to be used in the fight against evil. It protects the entire world from the overlords. It doesn't elevate any culture or ancestry, and by extension, those who wield its power should protect everyone from evil. And when it comes to Pure Flame, they're an extremist sect of the Church of the Silver Flame. Many Undarians suffered decades of terror at the hands of lycanthropes, and so embrace the flame as a weapon of their liberation. Followers of the Pure Flame have a distorted view of the principles of the Church, and unfortunately, it's been allowed to fester since the end of the last war. Their core principle is to defend the defenseless from supernatural evil, and to combat the potential for evil within all of us, with compassion and understanding. But those who follow the Pure Flame see the Silver Flame as a tool to punish the wicked, and they see no room for compassion in those they deem evil. Essentially, they are the ones influencing the Risnu to do the public burnings. He looks away. I can't begin to describe what I've seen.
So, to put it all together, so you're saying that this box set this whatever thing that influences people in a aggressive way would be a very bad thing to get into their hands. Very bad.
Yes, essentially. Thankfully, they don't know where it is. I pray they never do. So again, I ask you, because you've managed to find one before, you take the job. If you don't wish to put your lives on the line, I will accept, and I will still pay you for your time.
I'm already in too deep, so might as well finish up the job.
I'm after that tea!
We have to think outside the tea.
What about the rest of you?
The fact that this includes stealing something genuinely makes me happy, but like, before I do agree, I've had this question linger in my head for like the past couple minutes.
Go
What do
ahead.
you plan to do with those pieces once you receive, like, the one that we are about to retrieve right now and the one that I just gave you? What do you plan to do with them?
Once all are found, I intend to hopefully discover a place where I can hide them, or at least keep them imprisoned where no one will ever be able to find them.
Alright, understandable. I'm in.
Alright, Brenna, Dune, you guys in?
Brenna typed in the chat that they would agree to join. So,
Oh.
yeah, they read the chat glitch. I don't think
To be in
I don't think I should
character.
be saying it.
To be in character. Well, I'm in, and I'm sure lured by the book. A bookworm over there also. So, sure, let's start us.
Excellent. But, actually, it's, an idea just came to mind. Mr. Widebottom,
Yes.
you, as I have heard, are a well-known sailor. A good seaman of sorts.
Of course.
I have a task for you and you alone.
All right.
I need you, and he takes out looks to be some kind of piece of paper, and he hands it to you. I need you
Looks at the paper.
to sail to this location to find a group of individuals and bring them here.
Okay.
But yes, and don't worry, those waters during this time of year are calm. But try not to go up too far, of course.
All right. Look, the way I figured it is you just gave me a ship, which is something I've been after for years. So not only will I go and retrieve these people from you, you probably won't get your boat back. Just being honest.
I have. It's of no concern to me. It's not even my boat.
Even better.
As for the rest of you,
That's-
I know you. As for the rest of you, I know I know losing your muscle will be a problem, but not to worry. I don't plan to send you all. Despite the information I've given you, I don't intend to send you all in without a little help. And he snaps his fingers, and the door to the study opens up once again, and the pale white grung, the frog person that Tate saw earlier, comes in. Allow me to introduce my acquaintance.
One moment. Let me pull up a random name generator really quick.
Wait, Halloween's over. Why is there a witch?
The frog looks at you all, and he comes up with the name of himself very quickly.
It's okay, buddy. We all got a little nervous the first time we met each other. But so take your
Basically,
time.
what you guys hear right now is him muttering what appears to be to himself. You're hearing a one-sided conversation as he's quote unquote talking to his god.
And he leans over to you guys, the elf. Don't mind him. It's a quirk. It's personal. So if you want to ask about it, tread carefully.
Well, while we're waiting for you to respond, I'll just start introducing myself. I'm Earl. Hit me up if you want tea.
Tea.
I'm Jel. I steal things, I guess, but I now have this sea bunny slime as my pet, and I love it. Don't touch.
As long as it's not something shiny.
Let's see, Bunny. Let's out a little beep.
No, just grab your cat. Then that's the sea bunny's noise.
No, it's not. It does not sound like a cat. For the noise it makes, picture the axolotls from Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it. Well, Dune will get up, tip his head. Dune dweller, if you need someone dead, hit me up.
My name's Tate. I kill people faster than he does, and, well, usually with other people.
Hi, I'm Brenna. I am a student of healing. Hopefully we get to become friends, possibly.
Did you forget what house you're under? I don't care real quick. Did you forget what house you're under?
Yes.
Jorasco. House Jorasco.
House of Drasko. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
My brain is all over the place right now.
You're good. Go ahead.
My name is Secundus. I also fix people. Yes, I've told it. Don't rush me. Anyways, I was sent to make sure you all continue to live. Because in most cases, death is permanent.
I like to imagine when he said that, you all turned to the elf with a look of, where the hell did you get this guy?
Earl just looks a little concerned and looks back to the rest of the group.
Brenna is just like going like, the fuck? By tying the book on her legs.
The creature in front of you is a very pale red tree frog.
So, a pink?
Okay, out of character. Oh, I love frogs.
Hold on, I'll try to find the picture I had earlier.
Please.
I must say, I already like that guy. I mean, I kill people. They gotta be brought in alive. That's pretty much a good card to have.
Real quick, Jill, did you want to say something?
They're pretty. What I was gonna say is like, oh, you're pretty cool. They're chill, I guess. I don't know. I'm too focused on the sea bunny slime to really care. Because like,
We gotta call. We
Yeah.
need to come up. I need to come up with a name for the species so you don't keep calling it a sea bunny.
I know, and I need to figure out a name for the thing.
No, I got it. We'll call it. It's called a blorp.
Oh, we're doing the fake alien names now?
A blorp? I love
it's
that.
It's a blorp.
Hold on, I'm trying to locate that picture. There it is. Okay. Kind of looks like this.
Oh,
So cute.
please tell me he's
You
like
look so
tiny like that.
silly.
No, this is the scene from the new Ninja Turtles movie when they're looking at, oh, look at the little frog, and he's like, don't patronize me.
But yes, my god has charged me with keeping you alive, and I will do my best, though some of you will likely die.
Well, at least I'll let me die by somebody else's hands, not by a doctor's.
You're a machine. I'm not sure you could technically die as much as just go inert.
Huh. Wait for the batteries to run out.
Hey,
It has batteries?
I may be a rust bucket, but my batteries don't run out. Anyways, nice to meet you. I might have a little bit of difficulty saying your name, but I'll try my best. So just give me a sec.
Yes, well, I'm glad you all are getting acquainted very well. I figured you all could use some extra hands during this mission.
Oh, we greatly appreciate it. Any help is better than no help. Especially since you'd be taking away one of our best guys.
Okay, so we don't forget about him, Gordo, what has Zatrol been doing all this time? Has he mainly just been listening in?
For the most part, just listening in and kind of watching how other people react so that he knows their attitude and judges how they gauge situations. He's a very observant person and likes to know how people react to either hostility or cuteness or whatever.
Okay, I don't know. I don't know what his player would say, but because he knows you, would he follow Tate on the mission, or would he stick with the
Probably. He and Tate were very close on the ship, so he'd probably end up coming with me.
I feel like Tate is the only reason why he'd even come with us.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, but I figured, like, yeah, it's so yeah, okay, so Zetro will join Tate on his own mission. Well, I believe I've covered everything you need to know. Does any of you have any last minute questions or anything?
What exactly is our transportation there like? Because I don't do too well on airships.
Oh, not to worry about that. I've arranged a private lightning rail to take you there.
I hope that my parents don't find out about this again.
Listen, I ain't solving that case for a missing persons if they come asking me.
Hey Tate, good old memories, huh?
Good old memories.
By the way, Glitch, for anyone who wonders what to imagine Dune to be, just think McCree from Overwatch, but bird.
I cannot see you. I cannot see Dune with voiced by Matt Mercer. Dude, you want to take one more look at the weapon case?
Sure.
All right. Roll investigation.
Wait, what's my mod on that before I roll? So what does the 19 do?
You see many objects are there. You see what actually looks like a stand for what looked like it held a huge blaster, but that one is empty. There are some fancy looking weapons, some gilded with certain materials, some jewel encrusted. Not much in terms of guns.
I turn over to the host of this lovely party and ask, so what's with the missing one? Where'd you store that?
No, it was not it's not stored away. That one was stolen.
I instantly look over to Gel. A judging look on my face.
I didn't steal it. I was distracted by the little blorp.
I like you say that, and the gun somehow falls out of your pocket. Oop.
Go ahead,
No.
do that.
But
No.
no, they don't have it.
Genuinely, I don't have it.
Don't. There's a spear. There's some daggers. There's a shield.
If it's not really a gun, like Shooty McShooterson, good old shooting iron, if you know what I mean. It's not really in Dune's full on caliber.
I'll tell you. I tell you what. Make a investigation. Make another investigation on the spear.
Okay, that's a 15.
You see, it is not a normal looking spear. It is mostly made of metal. It has some unique patterns and designs on it. You get the feeling there's something more to it than just something you could stab someone with.
I turn to the host and ask, "What's with that spear? Looking more fancy than the spear I'm used to."
Oh yes, that. I forgot what it was called, but it also fires lasers.
That looks like a hefty deal.
Perhaps. Do you want to give it a? Do you want to take a look at it?
I'd love to.
All right. Cogs. He nods at Cogsman, who approaches with it, and takes out the keys, opens it up, and gently grabs the spear and shows it to you.
So, is this mechanical thing, or is this more a magic thing?
You don't know.
No, that's what I'm asking him.
um, I couldn't say so. Wait, are you asking Cogsman or the host?
The host, because he's the one who knows about things.
I wouldn't know. I haven't really used it.
So, if we go outside and find something to aim this thing at, we could figure out, I hope.
Perhaps.
What does it take to make a certainty out of that, perhaps?
I suppose as long as you don't damage the house itself, you may test it out.
Trick is in firing in the opposite direction, so
Cogsman gestures to the hallway. If you wish to test it, sir, please follow me.
wait, does the host have the spirit now, or?
No, you're still holding it. Cogsman's just direct guiding you outside so you can test it out.
Oh, I carefully hold it while following him, not to trigger any attacks with it.
As for the rest of you, do you, out of character, do you guys think the rest of you have enough information?
Yeah.
I'm also going to go outside to heal him should anything unfortunate I think is going to happen.
Does everyone else want to go outside to watch the demonstration?
No, I
Erla was already on their
I'm
way.
keeping my little bookworm booty inside because I'm scared. I have senses that my book.
Okay,
I'm staying inside,
Okay, wait,
so
no.
I could probably steal something just for the fuck of it.
Okay, no, one at a time. One at a time. Earl and Tate, you guys are gonna follow?
Yes.
Okay.
No, the grung's going to follow.
What?
The grung is going to follow.
Oh, okay.
The healer. That way, if he blows himself up, I can fix him.
Okay, so Earl and Secundus follow the two. Brenna and Joe, you guys staying in the library?
Yep.
I feel like my book is in danger if I go out there, so I'm staying.
Okay, Tate. Okay, Gordon. What would Tate and Secundus do? Would they ask more about the mission?
Tate's getting more about the mission he's about to be sent on. Secundus is going out to watch the fireworks.
All right.
I have a question in advance about that spear.
Go ahead.
Does it counts as a ranged attack to use the laser, right?
This is a weapon I'm still working on out of character. Yes, it counts as a ranged weapon attack.
It's just because I need to add I can add modifiers to that if it's a ranged attack, like a ranged weapon.
Okay. So we cut to the garden where no, not a garden. We're gonna cut to a courtyard where Cogsman leads Dune, Earl, and Secundus. If you wish to aim for a target and you see some servants already setting one up for you, go ahead. Just try not to damage the house.
Okay. Does it count as a full-on combat thing?
For
Like
this,
like a nat 20 being an instant success, like a critical. Because I just got a nat 20 and I can add a +2. No, wait, a +4 on top of it.
well, with a nat 20, you point the spear at it like hacha. But the thing is, you don't know how to activate the laser. So you're standing there looking badass with the spear, but don't know how to do it. And Cogsman just goes, "You see that little jewel? You see the jewel halfway down? So
What about this one? May this be the trigger?
shit." That you see the tip of the spear open up and a green light fire from it, going clean through the target and making a small wall in the mansion. Outside. you make it a small hole in the wall.
Well, the burden of being too good.
And at that, Cogsman just rubs his head.
I didn't put up the target.
Does that count as part of his payment?
What?
Does that count as part of his payment for pay back those damages?
Going back to the library, 8, you and Zetril have just been given a more detailed outline of the course you need to take to get to the other island. The location is, let me get the book. It's a small nation on the same continent as this one, called Kabara.
I'm going to take the time to memorize the sea map to get there and the location of where the party should be on the land map as well.
All right, as he's doing that, Brenna, what are you doing?
I'm still reading.
I mean, pretty much the same thing. You learn about these unique spells that have either never been mastered or some people are trying to make.
I mean, pretty much.
There are some healing spells in there. Are you gonna take the book to maybe try to study it?
Yes.
And Jill, as you hold your blorp, what are you doing?
Considering what I could probably steal just for the heck of it, that could probably benefit me and the blorp.
Or you could just ask him.
That too. I mean, yeah, you know what? Heck it, I'll ask him. After Tate and whoever the heck else was talking with, what's his the elf.
You guys have not once learned his name because you have not asked.
Jill walks up to the guy and they ask "Hey, before I ask for some things about the blorp here, what is your name? We never got it. We never got your name, dude."
I mean, you may call me Luminous.
That's an interesting name. Nice to meet you, Luminous.
Likewise.
He's very bright.
Um, even then, though, Luminous. Do you? I may not understand like why you summoned us here fully, but like, do you have any like major plan or idea after all of this is done and dealt with? Like any ulterior motive?
Information like that, I'm afraid we'll have to wait until after you get back.
All right. Let's hope you keep up with your promise.
I always do.
Understandable. Can I maybe get like stuff so I could be able to make sure this blorp here doesn't end up, getting badly ill around me, because like I'm not around water all the time and I need to clearly keep this thing in a water-like environment.
Well, blorps can exist. Blorps are a unique species. They can exist on land for a very high amount of time. And of course, they do occasionally need to hydrate, as they can also survive in water.
Hmm.
But they can live on other things. But of course, the water keeps them hydrated and safe. That's why they always stay in there. But if you wish, keep your little friend Jiggly nonstop, in fear of him being hurt or dried up, he goes over to a shelf and pulls out what looks to be a small sealed beaker of water. If you wish, sprinkle a little bit of this on him once in a while to not only keep him fully damp and hydrated, but also to make him extra squishy and actually bounceable if you wish to keep him out of harm's way.
Joe takes the vial and puts it in their pocket, thanking the elf in Elvish, because, like, why not? And they ask, another thing, like, thank you, though, for the vial and everything, but, like, I know this is probably a question for after the mission is done, but I can't help but be curious, though, like, even then I still can't help but be curious, like, why is everyone I mean, it might be a question for after or before, I'm not sure. Why is everyone fighting each other over this why is everyone being so angry? Why is this item trying to gather everyone's rage and anger out of everybody?
He gives you a soft smile. Again, it will have to wait. It's the item's nature.
That's concerning.
Believe me, I know. As for your parents, do not worry. I believe I can make an arrangement with them.
I hope that they don't end up screaming at me again, because right after that last mission, they gave me a whole lecture, and I don't want to deal with another one of those.
The blurb just goes, I take it with that, you guys think you're done? For everyone in the library, would you say you guys are done?
I'd say for the time being, Jel would still talk with Luminous, but mostly trying to get, like, silly conversations going, because they want to befriend the guy. But that's really just about it.
Brenna is gonna like bookmark the book that she's currently reading, so then she could find other books to study from.
You and Zutr, would you say you and Zutr will have all the info you need?
Oh, yeah, we'll definitely have all the info we need and then head out towards wherever the ship's going to be.
All right. Luminous guides the rest of you out to the courtyard where you see some servants. Looks like they're patching up something in the wall, while Cogsman is giving Dune an earful, also holding the spear out of his reach.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Master, I believe this pigeon man should not keep this item.
I'm sorry, but Pigeon Man.
Earl is like sitting there,
I'm a superhero.
mouth wide open.
I'm a fucking superhero.
Oh my god, that just killed me.
Just imagine a human with like a cape and a pigeon head. Pigeon man.
Are you trying to? Like Cogsman's giving you an earful and he's holding the spear out of your reach.
Hey, I know how to handle that thing. I hit the target pretty accurately. Wasn't my fault that target was set up in a way where overpenetration damages shit. So, not my fault. Was the preparation.
Luminous looks at the two of you, looks at you and Cogsman arguing, and then he lets out a soft chuckle. I believe it will be all right, Cogsman. You may give him the spear. If you say so, my lord. And he gives it back to you, but he also gives you that I'm watching you look. With that, I'm guessing you all pretty much gather around. I am pleased to see that this conversation went pleasantly. Lumina says, "I wish you all the best of luck on your mission. Uh, Hope, and I'm sure and I promise, once you return, I will answer all questions you have."
Thanks again for, hiring us for this and whatnot. We'll try to get this done, but of course, we can't make any promises that, we'll come back severely scarred.
Of course.
Thanks.
And your train leaves tomorrow at dusk.
Understandable.
Hey, at least we don't have to wake up early.
Yeah.
I don't mind doing this job for you, but if you cause any more trouble in the future, or in the present, just so you know, it ain't gonna be a nice little parlor trick, you know?
Any more trouble? You just met the guy.
He's trouble in Earl's eyes. He woke him up.
He just chuckles and he's like, understood. So you were awake when you got the letter, out of character.
I know I was, but he was just a little mad because the guy didn't know how to use a litter slot.
Nah, Dune's just happy with what he got. Like, he's in for the job. It's his job, so he's gonna do it.
As Luminous bids you all a good evening, he heads back while Cogsman guides you to the sky coach that brought you here, so he may take you all back. And we are going to end it right there. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We hope you all enjoyed tonight's session. Until next time, you all have a very good night.
Bye!
Bye.
Bye, people.